Go again, one more time.
And
Right,
Felix,
welcome
love your stream. Maybe you'd give Rust a chance.
home.
Okay. Because burger tutorial.
I'm going to show you how to make the most amazing burger. And for me,
10 million
secret
views.
burger is in the blend. So we've got chuck, we've got the most amazing ground beef, and a little bit
2
of brisket.
months smile,
First
try
things
watch
first, season
videos
it.
from how it's made.
Once you've seasoned them, combine them together. We're binding this together with a touch of egg. That sticks it together, and more importantly,
Seasoning.
try and get this done the day before. You get this done the day before, set them in the fridge so they stay nice and firm. That way they don't fall apart on the grill. Get that grill piping hot.
Piping
Now,
hot, boys.
This is one of my most
Piping.
desired burgers, one of my favorite burgers. This is, for me, called the F-word burger, which is actually on sale at my burger restaurant at Planet Hollywood in Vegas. Now, season them. Let the meat relax a little bit. Don't take them out of the fridge ice cold, otherwise they'll be dry on the outside and raw in the middle. Grill, piping hot. A little touch of oil on the burger to start off with. This is a beautiful
Infuse the
grape seed oil.
heat.
Make sure it's seasoned. Also, roll
Not
the seasoning
stick.
around the edge of the burger. You know, you can't
Okay,
season the
I was
burger
going
after
to
it's
write a
cooked,
nice
so
thing,
make
but
sure
you-
you roll
Hold up.
that seasoning around the outside and mop up all that seasoning. Gently all the burgers and then on. Find the hottest spot.
Is it gonna
Normally 2/3 of the way up.
Oh,
Once you put burger on the grill, the secret is to move it as less as possible. The more you move it, the more chance you've got of breaking the burger. And then look,
burger.
on.
Burger.
Now from there, lid down. That incorporates the heat, gets a great sear on the bottom, so when we come to turn those burgers, they don't stick. How many times have you stuck burgers on a grill and wondered why it's sticking?
I don't know, ask your mom.
Nicely oiled, quick sear, and put that lid down. Really important. Now, alongside my burger, I'm going to be toasting the buns. Why do we toast the buns? We toast the bun because there's nothing worse than the soggy bun. How many times you had a burger and the bun is
I love soggy buns.
toast that bun, it gets nice and crisp and it protects the burger. So, salt, pepper, a little drizzle
Guys,
of oil,
I'm starting to believe that Gordon Ramsay is actually addicted to salt and pepper. He puts that shit
lightly
on
toast those
everything.
buns. Back up.
He probably put salt and pepper on his fucking wife's lips before
Lift.
kissing her.
Quick, in, toast those buns. What goes well with the burger? Great cheese, tomato, lettuce, a little bit of mustard mayonnaise, and then these beauties here, grilled onions. Peel the onion, slice them,
Ooh,
lightly season
that
them.
looks good.
Salt, pepper. Fresh grilled onions on a burger, trust me, delicious. Easy to do, absolutely phenomenal. Now, on, season them,
Dude.
keep them whole like that. That way they stop breaking up, and then look. I'm a firm believer in toasting both sides of my bun, top and bottom. Onions on,
Oof,
lid back down.
that looks so good.
Now, look at that bun.
Oh,
Beautiful. Turn these burgers.
oh dude, hey, Gordon, what the fuck? Hey, I saw that. Hey, dude, you see that? Trash chef, absolute garbo.
Beautiful.
Look, yeet, exposed, idiot sandwich.
Turn these burger beauties over. Wow. The flame is the flavour.
Use
Use a long spatula. Wait, that goes.
Hey, we're trying to shoot a video here, man. Hey, it's 1:30 inbound.
A busy grill is a delicious grill. So, you don't cook the burger and then set it up for dressing. You get set up first. So while the burger's cooking, you get everything done first. It's a really important
Because
tip.
the heat and the
Why?
juice.
It stops the burger going cold, and also you want to eat it when it's piping hot. Mmm. Look at those babies. Caramelize those onions. Love those. Now, at my burger restaurants in Las Vegas, we baste the burgers with Devonshire butter. Today, I'm just going to lightly brush a bit of butter onto the burgers. With that flame underneath, it sort of caramelizes the butter and puts this wonderful flavor on top. So, just lightly brush a little bit of butter on there. And it makes the burger so tasty. Now, if you want to become even more chefy, what can you do? Make it a red wine butter, a chipotle butter. This is the basic, amazing recipe for a great burger. It's up to you to sort of make it your own. But lightly brushing the burgers with a touch of butter, 2 minutes before they come off, so exciting.
This is a lot of effort.
Of those burgers. Notice how there's no shrinkage there because we've got the right amount of fat in there. And with this butter, it makes it so flavoursome. Right, time to flip over.
I think cooking is a waste of time.
Literally.
At the end of the day, dude.
3.5 to 4 minutes each side.
Burger goes in, same nutrients,
That is
dude.
a burger to die for.
No difference.
A light brush. Now, before they come off the grill, lightly season them on the grill. Look.
Oh, dude! Dude, he's seasoning the grill, dude!
It's cooked and it's inside that burger. Last part of the seasoning, literally before you take them off, really important. Season, season. Close. Now for the exciting part. Here's the base, okay? That's the bum of the burger. Base, base, base. 3 tops, 3 bases. Think about how you're going to assemble this. Think about once it's clutched in your hand. 30 seconds before those burgers come off, I'm going to put my nice, beautiful, rich cheddar cheese on top.
Season it!
So, on. Let's go there. Cheese on. On.
He forgot to season it.
Season underneath that, so the flavour inside is going to be incredible. First off,
put your base in my bum.
Of mayonnaise. It's a light mustard mayonnaise.
Yuck!
On. Look at that. On. I'm going to go for the top as well. How many times have you seen
ruined?
guests that have opened up a burger and they try to put ketchup or mayonnaise? Once you've assembled a burger, you can't break it down. You've got to put it together and eat it nice and whole.
Both sides.
So you want this oozing out the side. Now, mayonnaise on. From there, take your lettuce and just lightly snap the lettuce, break that in half, and sort of manipulate the lettuce where it sits, literally, on your bun. Snap it, break it, and form the lettuce the same shape of your bun. Snap it, break it, and gently push it down. From there, a nice slice of tomato.
Season it.
After that, give me an S, give me an A, give me an L, give me a T. Salt and pepper on the lightly season it. Beautifully done. And look, from there, a touch more.
He can't help himself, guys. He just can't.
Just a touch. Now, here's where it goes up a level. Look at that cheese. That, come on, seriously, beautiful. On she goes. Number 2, on she goes. I mean, number 3, on she goes. How do we elevate it even more? How do we take that to another level? Look at these. Come on, seriously. I mean, freshly grilled onions to absolutely die for. Take them off. Caramelize the onions. And then the flavour from inside that.
This is really good though.
On. On.
Onions are good as shit.
Be generous with those onions.
I like them raw though.
There. I'm not a big fan of raw onion on a burger. It's too harsh, it's too acidic, and it blows the flavour of that.
Just like your fucking personality, you dumb bitch.
Pate. And then look, from there, on, down, and hold that baby. In, on, down,
True.
and on, down, and in.
Okay. Listen, guys. I'm not Gordon's mom. I can't put the whole thing in my mouth. Do you see the size of this shit? How do you take a bite out of this?
And look, watch what happens. Look at this. Slice, slice, slice,
Now
slice, slice.
please watch this. Chat gets owned.
Down. So if you can't manage a whole one, take half of one. And then look. We go. Boom. Boom. And boom. That is why I have one of the busiest households anywhere in America. Where you've got a neighbor like Stevie Wonder next door that can smell those delicious burgers. Kim and
Gordon
Kanye
Ramsay
3
is
doors
looking
down.
for someone to
Trust me,
inspect the cheeses
that
in his
is a burger
restaurants.
to die
He's
for.
looking for someone with a huge fucking schnoz. Anyway, long story short, I've put your name forward. Schnoz is in chat, please.
Fuck's wrong with you? Yeah. Guys, I have a question. You think this plate with all 3 burgers, how do you think they would sell that for? Give me a price tag. Do it. $80, 50, 90. You guys are averaging like between like 50 and 100.
Watch this POG video.
Chat, you know what I want to watch? You know the burger video? Is there any more like that? That was really good. Let's see if there's any recommended after that. I like the glide.
What's up? Play for stream, please.
Right, the most amazing fish and chips, which is
Oh, hell yeah. Cooking videos, boys. I love those videos.
comfort food, served with incredible fries and the most delicious mushy
Rubber
peas.
juice.
This is
For
fun.
me, fish and chips screams cod. Highly sustainable, delicious.
The
and
fuck
secret
is that?
in the batter. This is a beer batter. 00 flour, eggs, and beer. It sort of
Here's
makes
a
it
pop
lighter,
game for you to
crispier,
play.
and it's an
Please
amazing
check out
flavour.
this
The
trailer.
secret is to make that batter the night before. The more you can let it rest, it becomes so crispy. Take your cod, run it through into seasoned flour, salt, pepper. You
Smile.
can jazz this up a little bit with a touch of paprika. Lightly season your fish. Too wet a fish can
Adept,
destroy the
thanks
batter.
for
So I
the
like to
streams.
season my fish first with salt. That extracts the moisture from the fish,
It's
which keeps the
100
batter even
You
more
mean it?
crispy. Then from there, just brush off that seasoning and just pad down
Wait, what?
the fish. That way it stays nice and firm. Into the flour and then nicely rolled. Make sure you get the ends done. Dredge the fish in the flour in order to make sure the batter sticks. Really important. And then
Don't
next,
skip it this
into
time.
the batter. Make sure you dust off any excess flour. Otherwise you get these white clumps of flour underneath the batter. Into the batter. Let it sink. I like top and tailing my fish. I trim the top, trim the base. I've got an even piece of fish. If it's cut evenly, it's going to cook evenly. Shake off the excess flour.
Smart.
Into the batter. Roll that fish round.
Vile.
Let it sink in there.
Vile.
Now, oil comes up to 300. It takes about 6 to 7 minutes to cook beautifully. But here's the secret. Keep that fish coated. This is where it gets messy but exciting. Lift up your fish, go left to right, dredging it, and then very quickly get a point of the fish. Let the batter run down, shake off any excess flour, and then into the
He's
fire.
gonna fry
And
it.
Just sort of taunt it first, and just let it lay away from you. Shake
Okay.
the pan gently.
I have to be honest. Why is that important? What do you just let it go down or
lay
just...
away from you? Shake the pan gently. That starts to cover the top of the fish. Take a spatula and just gently baste the top of the fish. Once you've had the fish in there for 2 minutes, flip over the fish. And that way you see it evenly coated. Look at that. It's beautiful, golden brown. Now, take that out.
That looks pretty
Shake
good.
it well. Let that sit. They're like these perfect parcels. And literally let that sit there. Now,
the
as it's
fuck?
piping hot, you salt and just lightly
Okay,
season the top. And what happens to the fish now, it just gets even crispier, but the batter's seasoned underneath and on top, and that's really important. Right, fries. These are Yukon Gold potatoes, and basically just peeled, not washed, because I want the starch to get really nice and crispy. I start them off at a very low temperature in a way that I blanch them, and that is literally in the oil first for 2 minutes at 330, in. Blanching
listen,
basically
mate.
means cooking with no colour. And the secret here now is to blanch them for 2 minutes at 330, take them out, let them rest, crank up the heat.
That's
Go
raw.
from 320 to 385. Great. Now the temperature's risen, fries back in. Second time cooking, And this time, let's get them really nice and crispy. A great indicator cooking in fryers is that when it starts to float, it's confirmation that it's cooked, whether it's fish, chicken, or fries. Cooking fries twice, blanching them first, and then putting them back in hot oil at the end is so much more healthier because they don't sit in the oil.
The videos
are
funny
as frozen fries, so it's really good to cook them twice. Super healthy. Fries are done. Shake. You can hear how crispy they are. Out onto a tray. Drain them really well. Lightly rub off the excess fat. Let them sit there. I love placing them into a bowl. Fresh parsley on top. A touch of paprika, and then a touch of salt and pepper.
Of course.
From there, just roll them around and hear how crispy they are. Beautiful. Fish and chips would not be complete unless we got peas. I use frozen peas all the time. So
disgusting.
A splash of oil. Just a splash. Peas go in. Beautiful. Who
eats peas?
Touch of pepper. A little hint of shallots, minced in, and garlic. It's a great way of elevating mushy peas. From there, a little knob of butter in, and then you just toss those peas. Once that butter's evaporated, we turn off the gas, and then just crush. Beautiful. And that's where you take this frozen pea into a mushy pea. And we're sort of trying to break it up almost like a sort of, like a puree. But I don't want to refine them too much because the flavour is when you burst them. Touch more butter in there.
Ruined.
Butter gives it a really nice glossy finish. One more little finishing touch. Some fresh mint. Just bring your leaves down, lay them on top of one another. Get your largest leaf on the bottom, roll it really tight, and then just shred. Let the knife do the work. No, beautiful. Fresh mint.
Mint is too strong taste.
Your peas, and that just lifts the peas beautifully. When I serve lemon on a plate, I take these bits off. These are like the posh parts. It's just like
if you like the Gordon Ramsay videos, then watch this one.
Ready to plate. Fish comes over. Hear how crunchy that is. Fries, place them there. Hear how crispy they are. Beautifully done. And then from there, this beautiful mound of mushy peas placed to the side. Finally, the sort of Rolls Royce of sauces with fish and chips, tartar sauce. There's a mayonnaise with gherkins, onions, and the most amazing capers in there. That goes on the side, and that just
insufferable.
cascades off.
Guys, this took him like, he had to bait and cook them like 6 times. There's like 9 fries to do.
My pea came out mushy. Should I see a doctor? Pepega.
That's like 1 bite, like over, like 1 hour of work done. And that shit's been sitting there for like an hour and a half. That shit's it's cold now.
Have you seen Gordon Ramsay's kitchen nightmare highlights?
How can you
will laugh
fish
so
and chips
hard.
without lemon? I get my lemon here and I just squeeze it over the fish onto the salt, and then got a fresh one there, literally for seconds.
A favourite
and
chef of mine.
Fish and chips, a la Gordon.
That looks like too much work for the amount of food that you get. Guys,
Rose and Whitey
just chill with the links because we got so many links. We have so many links right now, chat. We have too many links.
Keep getting the juice.
Yes, we have way too many links right now, dude.
6 months already.
1 whole egg, milk.
Wow,
hold the jug with one hand. Secret is to get a really nice smooth paste, but whisking that egg first, and then your milk in. Don't put all the milk in, because then you're going to get a lumpy pancake mix. And the secret for me is to have a nice.
Oh, we've seen this! Oh, it's the troll! Ah, dude, we've seen it!
Nice crispy edge to the mixture.
Yeah, we've seen this, dude.
Look at that. I love that. The larger the pan, the better. It helps to create a nice, thin, even surface. I want that. That's what I'm looking for. In there. Nice. Tosser. Now, for the exciting part, a little shake. That releases it. And then just shake it to the end. Beautifully. Now, that's exactly what I want. That nice sort of colour is so important. And that, for me, is pancakes. Amazing.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of kitchen nightmares highlights, I think.
Whether we go to catering college, we go to cookery schools.
Hold up. I want us to become like a fucking kitchen channel. Aziz, welcome from Saudi Arabia. Whoa, what the fuck? Oi, listen, moit. Okay, too many links. Well, that's 100 views. That's what I call a risky click. Just for today, dude, I'm just gonna go and close that.
Buttermilk fried chicken.
Last one.
The
Last.
most popular dish.
Last Gordon.
This is served with collard greens.
Play
the
this
most
song
amazing
less.
yam hash. First off, marinade. Now in here, I've got.
By the way, but guys, we're doing like a drunk type
One
of
of
stream.
my favorite donkey videos.
Every time that he salts something or seasons it, you gotta take a shot.
First off,
The point is
marinade.
not to
now
die.
in here, I've
Look.
got buttermilk, shallots, garlic, and onion. Pick up the chicken and place it inside the marinade. And the buttermilk enriches the flavour and the texture of the chicken. If you can get this done into marinade the night before, it super tenderises
joke, by
the
the way.
chicken. If you can't, 5 minutes in the buttermilk, let it submerge in there all the way down. Once it's been marinated, it comes out of the buttermilk. Give it a really good shake. You don't want excess buttermilk on there. And it goes into a seasoned flour. Now this flour's got salt, pepper, and a touch of smoked paprika.
Guys.
A bit more fragrance from there. Roll that around. Make sure that that absorbs all that flour. Now, I love my chicken crispy. The secret there is to dredge it twice.
Here's a nice
So it comes out the
video.
flour, give it a really good shake. It goes back into the buttermilk. It may be a long process, but the labour of love is worth it because the coating on the outside of the chicken is mind-blowing. Out of the buttermilk, back into the flour.
Hey,
Get your fingers
XQC
in there,
wise Gordon
literally
cooking
cover
your legs.
the chicken with the flour. You can see it looking slightly sort of scrappy. You want that because as that hits the oil, it blisters beautifully. Shake off the excess flour. Now we're ready for the fryer. Oil, really important. I'm going to start mine off at 325. In she goes. Drop it in there nice and carefully. Always give a little 5-second break between putting pieces of chicken in there so as the actual breading sets and the chicken doesn't stick together. Now, just turn up the temperature for 3 minutes because the chicken's cold, so it brings down the temperature of the oil.
That
I
looks
like
terrible.
to just gently turn my pan to make sure nothing sticks at the bottom. Any little floating bits, take them out. Those particles burn, and I want my oil nice and clean because it's the flavour that's left inside the chicken that you really want. Very carefully lift them out, drain them,
Chicken
and then
Purdue.
on. Beautiful. But to get it even crispier and really beautifully moist inside,
Oh,
I
this
like
was
to finish mine
amazing.
off in the oven. Before it goes in the oven, I just like to season it just a touch into the oven
Guys.
for another 6 to 7 minutes.
Wide
now,
hard 7.
the yam hash. First off, get the pan nice and hot. Touch of oil into the pan. Get it smoking in with the yams. Beautiful. Onions in. Salt. Pepper. Once you started collaring the yam, add your minced garlic. Be generous with the
I
garlic.
know you said
and then
last
a little
link,
touch of
but
butter.
I'd really
In she
appreciate
goes.
if you
This
could
is
check out
where
my
the yam
latest
starts to take on all
Fortnite
that
dance
flavour.
video.
It's incredible. Now we're ready for the peppers. Red peppers in, green peppers in. Touch more butter into the centre. Turn down the gas and let that just sit there and sort of roast. Every 5 or 6 minutes, clean underneath that pan so you got that flavour coming back into the hash and sort of push it left,
Okay.
push it right. Every time you clean underneath that pan, you're taking more flavour into the hash. Gas down,
It does
let
not-
it sit there on the back. Low heat. Right, chicken's in the oven, hash is on. Finally,
Please rate
collard
my
greens.
dancing.
First in, the bacon. We want to render the bacon to get the bacon fat
Guys,
out.
I don't want to be a hater, but that didn't look good at all. That looked just
That
bad.
gives flavour to the collard greens. Gently on the
Thanks for the
seasoning because
6
it's
months
naturally
of
salted.
juice pop.
Onions in.
Guys.
And cook that down. A touch of butter. I will start off with a tiny drizzle of oil. And then the butter. Oil in the pan stops my butter from burning so I can really
CSGO
maximise on the flavour.
CSGO.
Bacon's getting really nice and crispy. Onions are caramelising. Now, garlic. You can see what's happening now, look. It's all dark and crispy and caramelised. The crispier
It was
the
like a
caramel
rotten
becomes, the more
juice.
flavour that's in there. Pat it back down again and let it caramelise and almost roast. Now, I've got the colour on the bacon. I've got the fat being removed and the flavour in there is incredible. Garlic's caramelising. In with the collard greens. Now, these have been blanched very quickly for 30 seconds in boiling water and then sliced up. Drop them in, lightly season,
Ah!
and then give that a nice toss. Look at that there.
Cooking
To
stream
bring the
when?
collard greens to life, you glaze the pan
can I
with
roll?
an apple
Soon.
cider vinegar. That gives the collard greens its tartness and the flavour is incredible. Let that evaporate. Collard greens, hash done. To finish off the hash, once it's got all nice and sticky at the bottom, lightly sprinkle over the top freshly sliced scallions. And then just fold those scallions in at the end. That gives it this sort of freshness. Right, time to dress. Look at this. Halfway through, I rolled
that's
them
a
over,
juice.
So I've got crispy on the top and crispy on the bottom. And there's one little trick I love doing. In here, I've got some pink peppercorns, black peppercorns. The best of water.
Chat.
Just lightly
We are currently
grind. The pink peppercorns give it
140,000
that kind of
try hard.
sweetness and that soft heat. Once you ground the peppercorns, get your honey and just drizzle the honey into the peppercorns. This is an
Collard
amazing
greens,
way
you
of
say
finishing
white
fried
hard.
chicken. You've got this sort of fragrant, incredible heated honey. And it's got to be done straight from the oven because when you let chicken sit, it goes soft. And I want that chicken nice and crispy. From there, I've tied a little bunch
What's this
of rosemary
pretty cool
together. I
remix
just
of?
slice through. That's my brush. That goes into the honey. And I brush.
Wait,
On
what?
the breast and on the thigh. This is a really nice way
Nice
of
Louis
spicing
de Funès vid.
Guys, what kind of hipster uses herbs to brush?
a really nice way of spicing up the chicken. Now to serve. I'm a big
Less than
lover
3.
of eating healthily and well, so I love collard greens. Get that bacon on there. The smell from that apple cider vinegar is incredible. From there, my drum goes on first. Beautiful thigh, and then look what happens when I slice in to my breast. Oh, just lift that up and sit that in the middle. So just visually, drum, breast, thigh, the stickiest and the most exciting hash just gets dropped at the bottom of the plate.
Oh
and then
my
finally,
God.
take your brush and just drop little bits.
The Pablo Escobar of
Just
Lebanon,
dab
he
in the middle.
rules the country
There we
in
have
some way, do.
My take, a fried buttermilk chicken.
Okay, one last.
Delicious, spice rubbed
I promise.
New York strip, served with sauteed potatoes and the most amazing mushrooms. Incredible steak. Bit of a chef's dream because it's one of the most succulent,
I
one of the
don't
most
see any
tasteful,
text
and more
on screen
importantly,
that said
one of
no
the
more
most
link.
difficult to cook. First off, the spice rub. The rub is sweet, it's bitter, it's smoky, it's spicy. It's made with coffee, chipotle. And the secret behind this rub is just pressing it into the steak. I cannot stress how important it is to let those steaks.
That looks
made with
insane.
coffee, chipotle. And the secret behind this rub is just pressing it into the steak. I cannot stress how important it is to let those steaks sit out in the kitchen for
I'm
at
hungry
least
for
10
that,
minutes before you cook them. If it's ice cold and so frigid, there's no flavour in that steak whatsoever. From there, hot pan. We're gonna sear it, baste it with garlic, rosemary and thyme, and then take it out and let it rest. I'm a firm believer in cooking it quickly and letting it rest long. Get that pan nice and hot, touch of oil in, because I want to sear this steak and make it sort of caramelized and literally toast all those spices inside that New York strip. As you start to see that first little flicker of smoke, steak up and into the pan she goes. Thyme, rosemary in with the garlic. I want all that seasoning in there as well. If we get this right, it's cooked within 3.5 to 4 minutes. Quick sear, lift, and look at that. Flip it over, and then in comes the butter. Beautiful. Turn the gas off, tilt the pan, and baste. And this is the secret behind cooking this steak at room temperature. It makes a huge difference. From there, literally out, let that rest.
What the
As
fuck?
it rests, spoon on that flavoursome butter. Let that sit there to rest. These are fingerling potatoes. They've been blanched for 3 minutes in boiling water, left to cool down, almost steamed.
Left to
so
cool
they
down.
get sort of fluffy. I've got great flavour in this pan from the caramelised New York strip. A teaspoon of olive oil in, and what we do now is get these potatoes and put them flesh side down. I want to sort of rub all that flavour from the bottom of that pan. You want the potatoes to sort of stick to that pan. That side of the
Whilst
potato
you
gets
watch this,
really nice and
please.
crispy, and it's got that smoky flavour. I want to take the resting juices from my steak and pour that over my potatoes.
Oh
that
my
flavour there
God.
is incredible. Turn the gas down and then
Was
see
this
what
before
happens
they
when
were
I turn
having?
these over.
I don't give a
Look
fuck.
at them. Beautiful. See that? That flavour in there is extraordinary. And then finally, before they come out, finish them with a touch of butter. They are beautiful. Ooh la la. Take those out and look what's happened to them.
Hey,
That's gorgeous
XQC,
sauté potatoes.
could you try out
Absolutely
Subnautica?
incredible.
Not today, probably.
And then just spoon over. Now, portobello mushrooms goes brilliantly well with the steak and king oysters. How do we slice them? Down, and then literally turn that around and slice. When they're this small, find a flat surface on the mushroom and then down. The thinner you slice them, the more flavour. The portobello mushrooms, the big ones, slice in half,
It's like compost.
turn around and slice it down.
Disgusting.
Let the knife do the work. Olive oil in first. Mushrooms go in. Try and keep them nice and flat across the circumference of the cast iron. Each mushroom, 30% of it is water, so you need a hot pan to saute the mushroom. There's a big difference in taste between a boiled mushroom and a sauteed mushroom. We're going to add shallots of garlic only once the mushrooms have been sauteed. Mushrooms take a lot longer to cook. That noise is the water evaporating out of the mushroom. Hot pan, high heat, and get rid of that water. And the flavour left in here is incredible. Gas down, shallots I'm going to sprinkle over there. Bit of garlic over. And then these little babies, they're little thyme flowers. That's going to lift the mushrooms and make them so fragrant. Sprinkle the thyme flowers over, make a little well in the centre first, touch of butter in. Now, give that pan a great shake.
A great shake.
Wow.
It looks good. I'd love to love it.
Now for the exciting part. The bit that chefs love, plating. Look at the shape of the fingerlings. Try and place the fingerlings literally almost bedding into each other. So get the little bends. Your mushrooms underneath your potatoes. Let them sort of cascade onto the plate. From there, one of America's favourite sauces, a smoked barbecue sauce. That's going to go on the bottom and literally sit at the base of those mushrooms. Clear off the garlic and the thyme. Don't slice the steak too thin. You slice it too thinly, it dries out. Lift that up, keep the steak intact, sit it on top of that sauce. Open that up, just see how
oh my God.
And then finally, take those resting juices that were left on your tray. That is amazing flavour. And then just glaze all the way over.
Pan
And there you
juice.
have the most amazing spice rub. New York strip with sauté fingerlings and stunning mushrooms. Mmm.
Well, fuck me. Okay, guys, I saw a video about like mushrooms growing. See? Whoa, 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 hey, what the fuck, yo, what the fuck? This is all like, what the, dude? Hey! I just want to see, I want to see wild mushrooms grow in the wild. This is like drugs. They're making drugs. No, stop, dude. I see him. Hold up. Wild.
Last vid food with Will Farrell. Radio Pepega, where the music is so good you'll come without noticing. Pepega thumbs up Pepper Jam.
Is that it? Natural ways.
Because they are the easiest to grow. Mushrooms are a
Hey,
healthy addition
is
to
this
any
the
diet,
type of thing
as
you
they are
wanted?
low in
I
calories
hope it
and
is.
fat, high in fiber, and contain
Guys, look.
fruits and vegetables.
Guys, you eat this, by the way. Guys, you eat this. Some of y'all
Banned
motherfuckers.
XQC ban.
Some of y'all motherfuckers eat this. It's like parasite or whatever. Look.
Mushrooms grow quickly compared to most fruits and vegetables, and don't take up precious space in your garden. Most hobbyists start out with oyster mushrooms.
You guys are gonna turn into fucking Mario Bros. Mario Bro. Or what the fuck. Last. Guys, one more. Last.
The secret behind cooking great salmon is making sure you cook it skin side down. Skin side down protects the salmon, stops it from overcooking, but more importantly, we get that skin nice and crispy. In order to stop the salmon from buckling up, tilt the salmon. Just lift it up like that, bend it. Take a really sharp knife and just let the knife do the work.
It's a parasite.
Score. Through.
Is it?
Keep it nice and straight.
Have we seen this before?
And what that does through there, it allows the salmon to cook quicker,
Oh, thanks, sir.
but more importantly, helps get that skin nice and crispy. Now, don't slice too deep, otherwise you'll overcook the salmon. Salt, pepper. Make sure you rub all that spice in there because it's a Cajun spice, so it's nice and fragrant.
Beautiful.
Both sides. And when the salmon's scored like that, it makes it so much more fragrant. Turn the salmon over, light dusting with the Cajun spice, salt, pepper, mop all the seasoning up, and literally tidy that up. Don't cook salmon ice cold. Let it get up to room
Why not?
temperature so it cooks quicker and more importantly, it doesn't dry out on the outside. Make sure you get the pan nice and hot first before you put the oil in. If you have a cold pan and put the oil in whilst the pan's cold, the oil burns before the pan gets hot. Oil in, tablespoon in she goes. And
Wow.
away. That's the sound. A nice.
Guys, can I be honest with you? Wouldn't it be fun to like I feel like this sighting all like the white walls and the light coming in from the nice windows, and like the rich style and the beautiful kitchen, all clean and all like reflecting, all beautiful with this nice beautiful piece of piece of salmon. It's all like great, you know.
Sizzling.
But what about when you do it?
Get your spatula and just lightly press down. That keeps the salmon skin incredibly
not the same.
flat. It gets nice and crispy. To turn the salmon, that's still cold there. Lift that up, and look, that's what I want. A beautiful, nice golden brown. How do we get more flavour in that salmon? Garlic and thyme, in. I'm gonna turn it back over so it cooks skin side down. Just a touch of butter.
Oh my
That
God.
keeps the salmon so moist. And let that salmon sit there now on a low heat for 6.5 to 7 minutes. Beautiful. One of the first things I learned when I came to America, a great succotash with fish. Start off with a touch of olive oil. Starts off with a red onion. A touch of seasoning, just a little hint. Cajun, that brings it closer to the salmon. Salt, pepper, once we've taken the rawness from that red onion. Corn in. Now, give that a really nice saute. Really important. Tilt everything down to the pan and pull. Push and pull. That just toasts corn. Stops it from burning. Some nice chopped red peppers. Green pepper. But you got to hear that noise in the pan. You want to keep that sizzling going. Yellow peppers in. And now for a touch of heat. Chopped jalapeno. Keep it toasting away. And then finally, zucchini and yellow squash in. Finish that with chopped fresh cilantro. That gives that really nice, rich flavour. And then finish succotash with fresh lemon. And just squeeze that lemon juice in. Goes brilliantly well with the salmon.
Ruined.
Salmon's resting. Succotash done. Smashed potatoes. We get our potatoes, put them onto the board, drizzle a touch of olive oil on top, take the palm of your hand, and you smash. Season, salt and pepper, pan nice and hot, potatoes just lifted up. Those little bits that you think are waste,
I love when they
put them on
bleed.
there.
Satan's power I see.
Into the pan.
Pepper jam.
Take the back of your
thumbs up,
spatula,
love
just
you,
push
smile.
them down. Now, once you've got the colour on there, flip them over. Look at the colour of those. Give them a little toss. A little knob of butter in there. That gives it that nice, nutty, brown flavour. Don't worry about them breaking up. That's what you want. That's why they're called smashed potatoes. Just roughly chop the mustard greens. I blanch them for 30 seconds and it gets rid of that raw flavour. And then just literally sprinkle those mustard greens over the potatoes. Touch of garlic.
Ooh, that was good.
Chopped shallots.
Gordon
Take
Ramsay
lemon
BTW
and we
love
zest
the recent
fresh
content
lemon
BTW.
over the greens and then squeeze that lemon over. Right, time to plate. Here we have a lemon aioli mayonnaise that's been seasoned
Hey
with lots of lemon juice.
XQC, the
Take tip of
internet
your spoon and
janitors
just
on
spread that
live
on there.
stream fail are
Mustard
trying
greens,
to get you
smashed
banned by
potatoes,
making your clip
5
from
o'clock
earlier sticky.
on to your plate. Lift your salmon to
That's
be
fine,
cooked
dude.
skin side down. That is delicious. Finally, just sprinkle, almost like raindrops, this beautiful succotash onto the plate. Incredible colours. Now, how do we finish this? Like you should do with every piece of fish. Just squeeze a touch of lemon juice on the top of your salmon. And there we go. Beautiful Alaskan spiced salmon with succotash mustard greens. I should do this for a living.
But he does though. Dude, you know what I want to? You know what I want him to do there? I want to put it to the side and take it like a fork and just push it, right? Just push it and let the salmon just sort of slide across.
Hey man, I created this overlay
Right.
for no links
Make
for
the
another
layers
streamer, but ended
spread
up
out.
not using it.
Tash
Here
mustard
it is in
greens.
case you are interested. It took me a couple hours.
You made a no link
Here's
thing?
the no links image you requested, you wanker.
That's trash. Guys, those suck balls.
Here's the no links image you requested, you wanker.
This is probably the best one.
Hey there, Begs. I know you are seeing this. How
This
you
is
doing?
good.
Long time no see, Pepe hands.
Okay, somebody make a no links emote. I think we need a no links emote. We'll put it later. Also, by the way, I want to make it like a contest. Because we're not, guys, we have like a lot of emotes, but I want like most emotes to go. Like half of them are trash. They're not used. They're garbage. Right. If you guys make juice emotes, dude, you'll get like VIP, dude, and you'll win like prizes and shit. I'll make a contest like top 5 emotes at like $200 each. Fuck it. And VIP for a month.